Got it. Okay, hi. My name is Marcia, and I'm one of the Gelli Arts brand ambassadors. And yeah, today we are going to gel print, and we are going to learn how to incorporate words and letters into your gel prints. So what else can I tell you? I'm in the Netherlands, so it's in the evening here. I have my table all set up, so I am going to show you what I have on my table now. And then I need to do this. Yeah, there's my table, and on my table there's the 8x10 Gelli Arts gel printing plate. And the packaging looks like this. And this is one of the two that Michaels has in stores. They also carry the 5x7 plate. And it doesn't really matter which one you have. You can play along with any Gelli Arts gel printing plate that you have at home. When you take it out of the package, there is the clamshell. When you take it out of the package, it has these two Mylar protective sheets that you can take off. And then when I have to put it back into the clamshell when I'm done, I don't put it back in between these sheets, but I place some computer paper. So I sandwich my plates in between two sheets of computer paper, and then I put it back into the packaging, and I close the packaging, and then I hang them on my wall. I have a wall of gel printing plates behind me, but you can store them just like this, flat too. Just make sure that you don't place anything on top of the plate. So that's the plate that I have. And then I also am going to use a brayer. And this is a speedball one, a soft rubber one. But again, you can use any brayer that you have. I think Madison has a link to all the brayers that Michaels carries. I also have, this is the paper I will be working on. It's Recollections cardstock paper. It's 65 pounds. And it's 6x6 inches, and that's why I'm using the 8x10 plate, because this fits right on there. What else have I got? Lots of stuff. What else do I need to? Oh yeah, paint. I will try and tell you what color of paint I'm using, and I have two brands. The first one is Winsor & Newton Galeria, but the packaging at Michaels doesn't look like this. It looks like this. I have European packaging, so if you want to look for it in the online store or in stores, then you need to look for something like this. And then I have Liquitex Basics Acrylic. So these are the paint brands that I will be using, and I will tell you hopefully what colors. Yeah, let's get started, because I have a whole list that I want to discuss with you. So when you start printing, and I'm just going to take a color, and this is Permanent Rose. When you start printing, you only need a small amount of paint. And this is enough to cover the whole plate, but you don't have to cover the whole plate because I know that my paper is only 6 by 6 inches, right? So I'm just going to cover the middle of the plate. And I'm not pushing my brayer up and down. I'm brayering, and then I'm lifting it up, brayering, lifting it up, brayering, lifting it up. And then I can just pull a print. And to make sure that I don't get paint all over my fingers, I'm going to use a sheet of tissue paper that I have already used, but that doesn't matter. And this tissue paper make sure that I don't get paint all over my fingers, and I pull some of the excess paint away. But also, when I'm done printing, my tissue paper will be all colorful, and I will be able to use it as collage paper. So here's my first print. Nothing special, just a solid color, and I didn't even do a really good job brayering, but that doesn't matter. It's a first layer. And then I'm going to do another one where I'm also just going to do a first layer. Let me get some other paint. Maybe this blue. This is Process Cyan. Again, you only need a little bit of paint. And now I'm going to try and do a better job brayering it out, rolling it out. And yes, there's still paint under there from the first print I did, but that's okay. I don't care. The more variation there is, the more I like it. So I'm now pushing bubble wrap into the paint to get some kind of pattern going. And I'm to place the paper down. Place the tissue paper on top. And I'm not using the brayer to burnish the paper onto the plate. I like to use my hands because now I can feel what's going on underneath. However, you might like to roll your brayer over the top. That's okay. It's just a personal preference. And sometimes I do use the brayer and sometimes I don't. So there's my second print. So when you think about using letters on your prints, then I think you might be thinking about stencils first. So the thing with stencils is, I used my Silhouette die cut machine, my electronic die cut machine, to cut these stencils. But you can use any stencil that you have. The thing with stencils is that if I just put it down, then the letters will be reversed on my print. So something that you need to think about is that for the letters to appear on your print the right way around, you need to reverse them, place them reversed on your plate. So let's get a color. Maybe a darker. This is quinacridone magenta. And I'm going to roll this out on the plate. I hope it's dark enough, but we're going to see. And now I'm going to place the stencil, the reverse side up, on the plate. And then I'm going to take this sheet of paper. And I'm actually using the paint that was left over to align my paper. And I know you can't see it on the screen, but if you do the same thing, you will see that the previous prints have left a little square border on my plate. So let's see if this works. Yes, it is. It did. So now I have an alphabet on my print. And I can also print this. Let me see. Because I used a plastic stencil, this is probably still wet, so I can pull another print. See, now I'm not using my hands. Now I'm just rolling with my brayer. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. The second print. And then there is still some paint on here. So what I can do now is I can pull a ghost print. And for that, I am going to roll out a little bit of titanium white. And I really need it to be a very thin layer. So this might actually still be too much paint, because I want to be able to see whatever was underneath shine through the paint. And I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it right here. And now I'm going to place my paper down and use the tissue paper again.
Hi, Marcia. We do have two questions.
Yeah.
So someone asked if you've ever used watercolor paints for a project like this.
On the gel plates, yes. Mm-hmm. And there's a video on that on the Gelli Arts blog and YouTube channel. I think the best way is to go to the blog and then type in watercolor to look for because there are several. I think I made 2 videos on using watercolor or water soluble media, and Birgit has also made several videos and blog tutorials on water soluble inks and watercolor and sprays. So almost anything you can think of, you can use on the plates.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Oh, I thought there was another question.
Let's see. We do have Sarah asking, can you print fake flowers today? Are we doing?
Yes, of course. You can print whatever you want.
Great. And we just had another question come in. Can the gel plate letter stencils be used for other purposes aside from paint?
I don't really understand the question.
I
Because
suppose Hannah is asking if we can use the stencils for other projects besides just painting with the gel plate.
Yes, of course. Because these stencils are not by Gelli Arts. They are just a tool you can use on the gel printing plate.
Great, thank you so much.
Okay. So here's my ghost print, and I think it looks really, really cool. However, it's an alphabet, so it's not really text, right? So if you want to use stencils to create a text on a print, then you have to do something else. And what I do, and I actually didn't show you my examples, but I have one here. This is a print that I made using a stencil, but the stencil didn't say lightly something big. It was just an alphabet stencil. So how I did this is I printed text. I'm going to show you. I printed a text. That was it wasn't exactly the letters, but it was really close. So I measured it and then I printed the text and I reversed it so I could place it under my plate. And I prepared a text for you. So here is the word happy that I reversed with my printer. And now I can place it under my plates. And now I can use the stencil to stencil the letters onto the plates. And let me see. I think I'm going to go really dark, so I hope you can see it. So I have my paint palette here with some paint and a cosmetic sponge. And I'm going to stencil these letters on. Let me see. There's the H. And one layer is probably not going to be enough. Because if I make it really thick, then the letter is going to, the paint is going to end up seeping under the stencil. But what I would usually do is do it twice. So I place the stencil down, do it one time, and then I move on to another letter. Like, for instance, the Y. And then I would go back to that H again and stencil another layer on top. But if I do that now, it will take a really, really long time. So the thing is that you need to be careful not to place your stencil into something that is still wet. So where's the P? The P is here. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try. So at home, you would wait until the letter is dry and then move on to the next letter. Let me see. Oh. So you can imagine how long it took me to do this one. But the cool thing is that if you make like a mistake or you get some paint where you don't want it, you can take a damp cloth or a baby wipe and correct it. Let me see. Yeah, there's some extra there. Where's my sponge? And I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to place it down, even though I know that not all the paint is dry yet. See, if you don't wait, you're going to lift some of the other letters up again. So you need to wait until it's dry. I think this is good enough. So you can make a whole text, and the best thing about this one was that I could do like this S first and then move on to the next S without having the stencil touch the plates in between. So the letters had a chance to dry before I placed the stencil down again. I hope that makes sense.
And
anyway,
Marsha, one question.
Yeah.
So Candalee is asking, are you using a cosmetic sponge, or is it better or easier than stencil brushes?
I don't know, because I never use a stencil brush. You have to try which one you like best, because I have used cosmetic sponges for years and years now, so I don't even think about a stencil brush. Just try it.
Great. And then we actually just got another question in about using rubber stamps for the letters and designs. Are we going to be demonstrating that at all today?
Yes and no. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
So I put some white paint on the plate again, and it's a little bit too much, but just going to show you. Can you see the letters shine through the paint again? Yeah, you can. So that's important. And now I need paper. And to place my paper on top of the paint, and I'm going to need my tissue paper for the excess paint. And see, with the stenciling, I still got paint on my finger, but that's okay. And there we go. That's how you print words with a stencil, with an alphabet stencil. So stamps. Stamps are a problem, because if you look at a stamp, and I don't know, I did not put any stamps on my table. I'm just grabbing something off my shelf. But if you look at a stamp, it's the wrong way around, right? So if I stamp this onto my plate, it's going to be the right way around on my plate, and that's not what you want. You want something the wrong way around. You need to be able to read it like this, but it needs to be the wrong way around on the plate. So you can't use regular stamps as a texture tool or to make a text on your plate. That just won't work unless it's all A's. Then it might be fine. Or if it's D's or E's. No, D's, no, A's will work. I'm not sure. Anyway, so you can't use regular stamps. However, if you have foam stickers or dimensional stickers, then you can use those to create stamps, and these you can read, they are the right way around. So if you push them into the paint, they're going to be the wrong way around on the plate. And then when you place paper on it and pull the print, then you are going to be able to read the text. So let's just do that. I'm going to take some paint, and this is permanent magenta. I seem to be grabbing all of the magenta, and that's not a coincidence because it's my favorite color. So let's see what happens if I, so this is like the kids foam stickers, and I just stuck them onto a piece of fun foam. That's all this is. And I'm going to place it into, and now I of course need my tissue paper again to make sure that I get rid of the excess paint. Oh, I didn't get rid of all of it, but that doesn't matter because I'm now going to pull my homemade stamp up and see. I did not push the A down hard enough, but I think you can get the idea. And there's the text. So that's a way you are going to be able to stamp. And the same goes for, where did I have it? Yeah, I have also sometimes used these wood veneer letters. And I think Michael's has wood veneer letters, not exactly like these, because these are left over from my scrapbooking days, but you can glue them onto a piece of sturdy card or some plastic or something, and then you can use that to as a texture tool, or you can make it spell a word, and then you can use that as a kind of stamp, but it's actually more of a texture plate. So I hope that answers the stamp question. The time is going really fast. While I was die cutting my stencils, I also cut out a couple of handwritten words, like this. And that's also a really fun way to add words to your prints. So I'm not going to use this one because when you die cut text, all the holes in the letters come to you. I'm going to call them holes. They are going to fall out. So while this is still readable, you might want to have the holes still there, but that's, you can't do that when you die cut regular letters. So if you want to die cut it, you need to look at stencil letters, if that makes sense. So here you can see there are bridges in the D, or let me see in do I have no, I don't have the same letters, but that doesn't matter. So there are bridges here in the R, so this part of the R is still in there. That's how stencils work. And if I just cut it out with a die cut machine, these bridges are not there, so the holes are going to fall out. Anyway, I die cut these. However, if you don't have a die cut machine, you can take some paper or an acetate sheet like this one. This one is by Recollections. And you can take a Sharpie and just draw your word you want to use in your gel print, and then you can just cut it out. And what I usually do is I don't cut right next to this written line, but I leave some space around it, so I get a bolder letter. So I just cut around the word. Not going to do the whole word, don't worry. And then these open spaces, you can cut out with a craft knife, or what I sometimes do is I use a craft knife to poke a hole in the middle. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. So I'm going to poke a hole in the middle. And then I take some fine tip scissors and then, oh yeah, I just use that to cut the inside of the letter out. And if you don't have any acetate, that's not a problem either. So you can see how this is going to be just like these words, right? That's how you do it when you don't have a die, an electronic die cut machine. I also sometimes just use paper. So this is computer paper, and I just wrote the word and then cut around it. And then we, of course, want to print with this. What kind of color? Let's take this. I pulled this print beforehand. And now if we use green. Yeah, green. I think a green would be cool. There we go. And now, if I want to place this on the plate, I need to reverse it. Oops, yes. And on top, tissue paper. And there's my print. Now, if you are not happy about how this looks, maybe you think, well, I shouldn't have picked green. I should have picked another color. That's not a problem, because you can place these back and then print over it. And I'm going to do that. However, I see this going on my plate. And I want to pull that print before the paint gets dry. There we go. Another print. And then I should actually wait until this is dry, but I have no patience. I use these repositionable tape runners. And I put some of it on the back of the mask. You don't need a whole lot, just in a few places. And then I can put this right over top. And the same thing for this one. These are adhesive dots. So if I go over the letters, the dots that are not on the letters stay on the paper, if that makes sense. So I don't have to, I never have more adhesive than I need. Like that. So what if I think I want something blue? Yeah, let's pick blue. A really dark blue. And maybe I think, well, it would have been nice if there was some kind of pattern. Then I will paste blue paint on there. This is Prussian blue U. And the green I used was sap green. I'm going to roll that out. And maybe I can use this XOXO texture plate to add a pattern to my paint. I should actually stamp it off. And then just put the print back. I can see a question about if I clean the plate in between prints. Well, no, I don't, but you can. Okay, there we go. Is it better? I don't know, but there is a little bit more contrast now. I don't think you can see that it's blue, but. And now if you want to put this back again, you really should wait for a couple of moments for this to dry. And if it's completely dry and you're done, you can remove the little dots from the dot roller with your finger. But I can't now because otherwise I will smudge everything all over the place. Yeah, so I don't clean the plate because look at this. This looks cool. I don't want to clean that. I would rather just pull another print. This is too much paint. I need less. So I don't clean it because this is a chance to get more interesting results. but also because I'm still aligning my paper with the square that the previous layer of paint leaves on my plate. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you are doing the same thing that I'm doing, then you will see that there's a little border still on my plate visible. You can see it here. So that gives me a chance to place the paper back in the same place every time. Now see how interesting this looks. I know this is not legible, but now I have all these nice crusty bits that I don't get if I clean the plates in between, right? And if I want this to be legible, then I can place these words back again, the masks that I cut. And print over top again, just like I did here, right? Now, if you do want to clean the plate, you can use like a damp microfiber cloth. This is wet-ish, and you can use that to remove the paint. Or you can use a baby wipe. That works too. And if there are any parts, any paint that is really stuck, you can use a drop of baby oil. And I don't have it within reach, but you can use 1 drop of baby oil, and then that would get rid of all these blue spots that you still see. So that's how you clean a plate. I have 15 minutes left, and there are still, there's actually, I have 3 more things I can show you. No, there's even more. So, apart from the dimensional stickers, it's also really fun to use just flat stickers if you have that. And these are office supply stickers, but it works with any non-dimensional stickers you have. When they are right out of the packaging, they are really sticky. And I'm looking for the packaging, but I can't find it. Okay, I have some here. Right out of the packaging, they are way too sticky. So what I do is I get one of these letters and then I stick it onto my apron or my jeans. And then I pick it up. So some of the fuzzies end up on the back of the sticker. And now I can stick it on my paper. And I have no idea what I'm going to spell. And then when I'm done, I stick them onto a sheet of acetate, so I will be able to use them again. And sometimes they are so stuck that I can't get them off again, but we are going to, no, this one, see, I'm tearing this, so that's not working. And also, sometimes I get paint on the back and they don't stick at all. And if I want to use one that isn't sticky anymore, I use the same repositionable adhesive. So this is not going to be a real word, but let me get BE, BE. I have no idea.
Martha, we do have some questions in the chat about how you clean your supplies. So your stencils, we did have some people asking about how to clean their gel plate.
So the gel plate I just explained, right? The stencils, I don't really clean the stencils. If I need to clean them, for instance, if after a workshop or before a workshop, then I place them in a bucket of laundry detergent, which doesn't make sense. But if you have like the soap, what's the soap called? Do you know?
I'm not
Madison?
sure.
The soap that Luann uses to clean her brayer, Murphy's oil soap.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so that's kind of soap. You can soak the stencils in there, and you can also soak your brayer in there if it's really it gets crusty. But I don't do that really often, but you can. So after this live, I would just put this brayer back into where I keep them. I don't clean this, but you can if you want. Anything else? No, yeah, that's how I clean it. I don't want to spend all my time cleaning all the time. I want to spend my time creating. So stickers are on there. Let's pull a quick print. There we go. And then I know that I can pull this one off really quick because this is the non-sticky one. But in the ideal world, I would wait until the paint is dry to pull these off. But let's see what happens. Yeah, I think it's going all right. And these you can reuse, right? So I will stick these onto my acetate to use next time. So this is not a word, but you get what I'm trying to show you. And then, of course, there's still something left on the plate, and I can pull another ghost print. And talking about cleaning, a ghost print will usually also get rid of most of the paint on the plate. So that is always a good option. Let's see. My tissue paper is tearing, but that's okay. Okay, so here's the ghost print. You can see where this could get really interesting. Stickers, I've got stickers. The next one that I want to show you is a really fun one of my favorites, and it's the one that you have probably seen in the announcements. Do I have another one? No, I don't. And how I did this is I took a print with paint already on it, dry, and then I wrote these. Well, it's an alphabet. Wrote the alphabet on the print with liquid masking film, and the brand really doesn't matter. Mine is Talents, but I don't think Michael's has the Talents masking film. But they do have a pen with Molotov masking film, and they also have some that comes in, not this one, but that comes in these fine tip applicator bottles, and they are all fine. So this is not the pen. You have a real pen, like a Posca pen, but then a pen with this stuff in it. And this one is a refill with also a kind of a fine tip, which is nice to write with. Of course, these are also good to write with, but they have a really thin line that comes out. Now I need to get this back. Yes. But what I like to use is I decant my masking film into a little jar, and then I can just, this is dried. Then I use one of these, and this is a shaper. Can you see that? It's a silicone tip shaper. And Michael's has them, and I think I gave one of the links to Madison of the shapers. Sometimes they are in the clay, so they use these to mold clay too, or sculpt with. Anyway, so I use this and I dip it into my masking liquid, and then I write. So, and just like with a dip pen, you need to be aware of drips, and you also need to take your time to write your letters. And as you can see, the application is quite heavy. So this takes a long time to dry, like it could take hours to dry. And we don't have time for that. So I have prepared one ahead of time. And the cool thing of using one of these silicone tools instead of a brush is that you don't ruin your brush, because you can just wipe this off. I could even let this dry on there and then I can just pull it off, but I'm now looking for, let's take a baby wipe, but I can just clean this right off and nothing is ruined. I can use this again, and I don't have to worry about ruining any brush. So this is the same stuff. It's now dry. You can see it. It's still sticky, but it's dry. And now I can, looking at the paint again. Maybe I should go with a light one. This is rose pink. and we'll see what happens. Of course, you don't have to stick to just one color of paint. We could actually also do 2 colors of paint. And we could all mix it all or create the ombre effect. Let's see. Place the paper on there. It's a little bit it's warped a little bit, so I'm being really careful to make sure that all of the paper is touching the plate and the paint. And I'm also going over it with my fingers again to make sure that I get in between the letters of the alphabet. Let's see. Yep, that's looking good. I know it doesn't look like anything yet, but look at this. This is cool too. So let's pull this print. I like that a lot. So this paint is still wet, but I'm going to try anyway. So if I rub the masking fluid with my finger, I can pull it off. And see what's happening. Let's do this one. Look how cool. Oh, okay. I won't do it all. You should really take your time, but you can see what happens, right? I think that's so cool. Do I have, where's my example? Like this. You can also leave this on a little bit longer and then print more over top, like patterns. Like here, I printed circles and hearts on top and some bubble wrap. So you can make a multi-layered print that I didn't show you today because I wanted you to know of all these options that you have, like the stickers and the liquid masking film and the stencils. And if you wanted to use stamps, that you can make your own stamps that you can use that are the right way around. Yeah, so I hope you learned something today. And I think it's time to wrap it up. So yeah, I hope you got a lot of ideas today and that you took notes. And if you didn't, then know that this class was recorded and you will be able to watch the replay. It's going to be available within 48 hours, I think. If you made something today, or if you make something after watching this class, you can share it on Instagram with us. And please use the hashtag make it with Michael's and Gelli art, so we can see it, because we would love to see it. What else can I tell you? Tomorrow, there's a Facebook Live on the Gelli Arts Facebook page with Tanya Ahmed that you can watch. And I did not write down the time, but it's the same time that this class started. So I think that's 2 p.m. Central Time. And then the next Zoom class, the next Michael's and Gelli Art Zoom class is also with Tanya Ahmed. And that's on Tuesday, the 14th of September. And I don't think the registration is open yet, but you can check in a couple of days or in a week, and then you can register for that. And if you want to know about any of the other events by Gelli Arts, you can go to gelliartsblog.com and tap on the events tab, and then all the dates are there for all the events. And there's one more thing that I want to tell you about, because Gelli Arts is hosting another gel printing challenge in September, and it's called the ABCs of gel printing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So a whole month of gel printing with all the Gelli Arts artists over on Instagram. So yeah, that's it for me today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.